Hey everybody, can you hear me okay? Is my volume all right? Hey T-Barb, how are you, my dear? Let me see. Hey Terry. Okay, you guys can hear me? Okay, sorry, I'm a little sick, so I apologize in advance if I start sneezing or coughing or any of that stuff. Just FYI. um, so hey Jenny, how you doing? So thank you everybody for. I know it's been a minute since I've gone live. So yeah, it's been a bit. So how's everybody doing? Good. Oh, I hear you, Coyote. I don't know if this is allergies or what the hell it is, but I ain't doing good. So I busted out. This is the grand tableau we did for Spankerton on March 13th, 2023. Okay, there's the date. This is the grand tableau from March 13th, covering an entire year. I think I've done a few parts on this. I think I've done part 1, 2, 3. I think part 4 too. There was one where Jenny was helping me on it. She jumped on a live with me. So I just thought I would recap and kind of figure out where we're at, because we're right on this column just now for August. So for those that are new, this is a grand tableau that I did March 13th, 2023 for Mango Mussolini. This grand tableau covers 1 year. So from March of this year, 2023, through March of 2024. The grand tableaus, this is an 8x4+4, meaning there's 4 columns down, 8 across, and then the last 4, known as the line of fate, is down there. So this is an 8x4+4 format, which is my preferred method. You can also do a 9x4, but I prefer the 8x4+4. So, so grand tableaus are reserved for Lenny's and Kipper. The Kipper uses a 9x4. It does not use the 8x4+4. Tarot, you can use tarot. I've seen Johnny. He developed a spread to do tableaus. So you might want to check out his channel. But originally, it's for the Lenny's and the Kipper. Not to say that you can't use the tarot. Just go to Johnny's channel for that. Again, he developed his own spread. So go check Johnny's channel out for that. So the way that I do this is each position, 1 through 36, goes with a house. Sorry, my brain's like really dumb because I'm sick. So if I were to take this entire deck and put it in order from 1 to 36, that would be the houses. So house 1 is Rider, 2 Clover, 3 Ship, 4 House, 5 Tree, 6 Cloud, 7 Snake, 8 Coffin, so on and so forth. Those are fixed. They do not change. If you choose to use the housing system, the house system, which I do because it adds more nuance. And the reason I use the houses is because it allows me to follow the chain of houses which you basically start at one card and follow it around the grand tableau until you come to the very end of it, until you go back to where you originated from. So in this grand tableau, it was for Trump, again, March 13th, 2023. So we're going to be doing a recap tonight. And in March, I said I didn't see anything happening with courts until the following month, because that's where the law, this is the column for April. So the law was showing up, and it involved a woman. Well, that was when he had the two cases. He had the one in New York for the payments to Stormy Daniels, and then he also had the Eugene Carroll case. Okay. In this grand tableau, the mice is sitting in the house of ring. The ring is sitting in the house of mice. So these two are mirroring each other. And what that's talking about is an agreement to steal something. So a criminal conspiracy. Okay. With the ring being an agreement and the mice being thievery. Okay, so that's a big theme in this grand tableau. The other big theme was that the bear was in its own house. Okay, so that's talking about everything to do with finances and power, control. Okay, a lot of power and control. And then the sun was in its own house as well in this grand tableau, which is talking about success. It's talking about energy. It's talking about triumph. Okay, so with these three, because the mirrors and them sitting in their own house, I was talking about criminal conspiracy around finances and control and power. That was like absolute, okay, for these three. The one thing I said, if I remember correctly, that I wasn't able to put a time on it was the classified documents case. And the reason for that is because it's hitting the corners. So here's the arrival. There's the secrets that were very important that were stolen over here. Okay. So I wasn't able to tell when the classified document stuff was going to happen because it was hitting the corners. It wasn't hitting an individual line. So as we moved along this way, I was saying that there's going to be people around him, either a financial executive with these two, someone that ran his finances or had control of his finances and resources that worked for him in some capacity, that was going to be talking and speaking. Well, around that time, forget when it was, I think it was right before this situation with Stormy Daniels happened, that we got the news that Weaselberg was talking or had flipped on Trump. And then the classified document stuff this way with Melania. Here's an aide right here. He's got the secrets right above his head. There's the phone conversation that was very important. Follow it back up. There's the woman that he was talking to about delivering stuff out of the house, delivering the secrets. Okay. So we got that. This whole, let me see, March, April, May, right? Was this? Yeah, March, April, and May, June, July. This was when we were talking about more in regards to more aides talking, anything that had to do with meetings with aides, anything that had to do with negotiations, also criminal conspiracies, because the ring is sitting right next to it in the House of Mice, that these people were going to be providing answers and we're going to be identifying him. Key in the house of moon, moon in the house of man, man in the house of birds. Okay. We talked about a pay for play, about granting innocence to those that were guilty, because the cross is sitting in house bouquet. Bouquet is sitting in house child. Child is sitting in house cross. The child is down here in the line of fate. You can't see it. So that was that. Oh my God, I can't think. That chain. Okay. So we were talking about gifting pardons, and also quite possibly perhaps taking some sort of a plea deal, because there's guilt all over this thing. So if this is March, and then also when I was trying to figure out the timing for this, I can't remember if it was part 2 or 3. I was saying around the summer because of the sun being in its own house. Well, I think we finally landed on August. I think that was in part 3 or part 4, because when you look here, this is March, April, May, June, July. Wrap it back around, this is August. And this is when there's an arrival here of guilt and punishment that's very sudden. It's like a rupture. It happens very quickly. And it involves a criminal conspiracy. Mice in the house of Ring. Is everybody following? Do I need any questions? Following? Okay, you following, T-Barb? Okay, Sunflower's saying we're good. Okay. Okay. So when we got to August, I said, stuff happens in August. There's these 3 columns right here. And I was talking to Jenny about it on the video that Jenny helped me with. And I said, there's more than one, and they're running parallel to each other. And it's around the overturning of the election. So we're going to be looking at these 3 columns, which is August, September, October. But they're so interlinked and interwoven that I'm having a hard time. Hey, Autumn, how are you? Kind of separating them, bits and pieces. When I was talking to Jenny, I said there's more than one, and everything that's already laid out, they add to. So why? Because the Storks is the second card that opens up the tableau. The Storks always adds to something depending on the card that sits behind it. So like if you were to have the Storks and the Mice, it doesn't add to, it takes away. If you had like the Storks and the Scythe, it doesn't add to. But since it's followed here by the Lilies, which is a neutral and positive, this is positive, positive, neutral, positive. This is telling me that the charges, once they've been established over time, they add to it with the Storks right there. So with these 3 columns, when I was doing this with Jen, I was telling her that there's more than one in regards to the election because of the crossroads here, and they're running parallel, but they keep adding to it. Okay, so if these are the indictments that come in, what follows the cross is the crossroads. Crossroads is double or multiples. Follow it up, there's the Storks. So multiple charges, but it just keeps piling up and piling up and piling up. Now, we also discussed, I think it was part 4, this right here, I figured out it was the swing states. And the reason I was able to figure that out is because this is an action card, the Storks. The crossroads is an action card. This here leaves and returns. They leave in the winter, return in the spring for Storks. The crossroads, because it has to do with choices, goes left or right. So when you think about those 2 forms of actions, metaphorically, left and right, back and forth, it kind of acts like a pendulum. Okay. So that's how I was able to come up with the swing states here for these 2. So between August, September, October, there's more stuff that comes up and adds to for overturning the election for the swing states. So I would not be surprised if individual states add to charges. So not completely under what's his face, Jack Smith. Okay. So individual states. Let me see here. I also mentioned that there's stuff that will that has the potential to be indicted, and it looks like it will be around money for the campaign because there's fraud. Here's the fraud, the manipulation. Those are the results. So manipulating the results. There's the money, the transactions, the shopping, the consulting, if you will. Okay, follow it down. What does that lead to? Big trouble. Big trouble in regards to what? This right here, the garden, the campaign. Fraud. campaign fraud. There's something about how he raised money or how he was spending the money that leads to more charges up here on this line, if that makes sense. Hold on, let me see. So the criminal conspiracy is down this line. Again, mice in the house of ring, ring in the house of mice. Okay. I've seen some stuff today. The criminal conspiracy, if we're going to look for people, mice is card number 23, but it sits on the house of ring, which is number 25. Next to that is 16. Next to that is 34, which is the fish. Below that is 6, which is the clouds. Okay. The criminal conspiracy with these individuals doesn't line up directly behind it. You have to knight it. So mice, 1, 2, and then down to the cross, or to the what is this? To the clouds. So 6 individuals. Okay. But they don't get wound up in this. They go in a different direction here with the storks. If that, I'm sorry, with the stars, if that makes sense, because the stars talks about going in a different direction. Okay. So, and it has to do around maps as well. So whoever the 6 main are in the federal case, it looks like they are tried separately. And if you follow this up, there's a separation. Here, there's a separation of these people. And then when you knight the mice over here to the crossroads, that's a separation. So even though they're all getting bundled in together, these individuals are tried individually. Am I making sense? Is everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. This whole thing right here also is, these 3 lines vertically are also in regards to fake electors. Okay. If this is the elections, we box this in. If this is the elections, okay, overturning the elections for something that is desired with the help of aides, heart in the house of dog, people that are friendly, that are loyal, that are just bootlickers, basically, that are more than happy to do this for you. There's the results of the election, the paperwork, the ballots, the mail. Okay. That is sitting in house tower, official results. What's right above it? The manipulation and the fraud of falsifying these records. Okay. So this is all the swing states right here. I don't remember how many swing states there are, but if you follow this line this way, the multiple charges for the fraud for him to get what he desired is 7 with the snake, number 7, to help him get power. So that answer is right here. So the swing state's here, and then follow it across this way, and that's where you get your 7. If that makes sense. Can someone, because here's changing the results, changing it for him, stopping the progress, overturning the election with the swing states, guilty, multiple or guilty for fraud. Okay. And they're in trouble. And there's a pattern of fraud because the fox is in the house of whip, or people were working really, really, really hard, okay, to overturn this. For him, he is on the receiving end of this, okay? And then him moving forward this way, it's like he's doing this to make him happy. There's the lies. And then that's people helping him to stay in power. So it's looking like 7. Also, he knights here to the people in his entourage is 7. 7 people that do what? Give him a win. Okay? A win in what? This sits in house crossroads in the election. What happened to those people? Indicted, sits in house Scythe. Is it making sense? Well, yeah, I had to stare at this for so long, T-Barb. I don't think I got it until like the second or third time I looked at it. And it just because I just noticed that there was 2 action cards right next to each other. So that's how I was able to figure it out. And then I had to sit there and try to think like, okay, what do storks do? They leave and return. What do the crossroads do? They go left or right. And it took me a minute to figure out, oh, it's a pendulum. So that was in regards to the swing states. So it on top of Jack Smith, I would not be surprised if it gets added to, because the individual states come in, not just for the fake electors, but for him as well. And if you follow this line here, it's 7. Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Okay, that's 6. Does anybody that the campaign stuff is gonna fuck them right here, because this right here, this the worst card in the deck. Okay, it's hitting right here. Now, if it was to the left of it, okay, not bad, but it follows right behind the stars and it's hitting it at a diagonal. This is talking about just a series of unfortunate events. So I'm talking like it just snowballs. It just snowballs completely. Can somebody list the swing states? I'm sorry if I missed it. Kenneth Cheeseborough is alleged to have planted fake electors in 7 states where Biden won. Okay, who's the Cheeseborough? That's a name I haven't heard. But like I said, this line here and then cross it this way. Oh, wait. Sorry, you can't see. Here's the swing states. And then you cross it this way. And then here with the swing states, you can go this way too. So here's the swing states. Here's the people that were very passionate about helping him. New Mexico, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. You put Georgia in there twice. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, Michigan. There's 7 though. Here. And then here. Okay, so here's the swing states. Follow it this way. The people that were happy in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. There's your 7. What sits above the snake? The house. This is more like the country because it's so broad. The house is more domestic, if that makes sense. Y'all following? So the 7 here that we're trying to give him the win. Here's the win, the what do you call it? Clover in the House of Crossroads. And then there's the fighting, the dispute. Okay? So there's that. Okay, so back to the swing states. So we figured out the 7 here. Here's the swing states. Follow it down here. The decision that was made to overturn something in the House of Storks, to prevent something from changing and to change it themselves. Okay, that's what they were desiring to do. The results that were official to delay something, to obstruct and delay something. Also, the mountain traditionally is a powerful enemy. It's sitting in the house of garden to delay or obstruct the country as a whole. Okay, over the loss. There was a loss here. Coffin in the house of mountain to end the loss, to end the obstruction of the loss, and win, because they were in agreement over some sort of a meeting or some sort of a phone call or some sort of a negotiation that was made. Okay, follow it down this way. Here's the swing states, the people that were happy to go along and be bootlickers for success and giving him what he wanted, the win. Follow it this way. The criminal conspiracy, mice in the house of ring, to go in the new direction. Okay? and bring success of the many, or independents, or people that were in a consulting capacity, are being recognized in court. Okay, there's the litigation, the court problems, and here very successful. So there's a loss for them this way. They're identified, and when they are identified, because the way that this line goes, Ki is in the house of moon, moon goes back to the house of man, man is in the house of birds. Okay, what he was desiring. So they identify, the answer identifies Trump at a meeting or something that he said, or via a phone call, in what he desired for his bootlickers to do, to give him a new direction for him to win and keep it secret. The whole thing about this is that it was supposed to be a secret about the loss. Keep the loss, hush, hush. Okay? Obstruct the country or the party. And then here's the money that's flowing in. Okay? The money that's flowing in from the results. Also, another thing that I found really interesting, when he was charged in New York, which was the first one that came in the month right after, because again, he's here in March. This was April. The one that came in April, he got 34 charges for fraud, business fraud, tax fraud, all that shit. Letter is in the house of Tower. That's something official. Okay? Official letter, official news, something official from the courts or the law. It's sitting in the house of woman. So this is something around a woman. Okay? What sits behind it or right below it in regards to falsifying records over a long period of time with something that is bad weather? This sits below the mice or the fish. The fish is card number 34. He got 34 indictments out of New York over bad weather. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. Now, for the one that he was just indicted on today, since we're on this column, there will be more, because this is following it up here. So even though there's 4 today, it adds 2. Does that make sense? So not just federally, and with the key swing states, the ones that he was just indicted for today with Jack Smith adds 2. Okay, so he got 4 today, right? Let me see. Oh shit, I don't have my phone. Let me see. Just 4 today. Here is an indictment. Here's an indictment. The cross, Knights over here to the, what do you call this? To the letter. But the letter, follow it up at Knights over here to the storks. And if you look at this little bundle right here, this is saying that they established stuff and there's multiple charges. But those multiple charges keep adding. Okay. I know, right? 45 pages. How fitting, huh? Yeah, there's more to come. There's more to come. So I would say over the next 3 months, if you look at these 3 columns down, forget about the rest of this tableau. Just these 3 right here, there's more. And it just keeps piling on, piling on, piling on. I can't tell you how many, because the Lennies stop at 36. Okay, that's why I put up that little thing on my channel or on the community page the other day to just take a wild guess. Because I think as of right now, based on the state federal charges out of New York, and the charges for the stolen classified documents, and then the 4 that we just received today, he's sitting, I think if my math is correct, at 78 felony charges, 34 of which are state felonies. The rest are federal felonies. Okay. So let's go play some lotto on my community page and just throw in a number, because we're at 78. And the Lennies only go to 36. So now, will the trial over this be televised? Well, so here's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. This only goes to March. So, okay, hold on, March. If for timing, this is lifelong, change of seasons, and then this is around the winter. Okay, so it's looking like one that has to do around enterprise, okay, is around the winter. But there's more stuff that comes out in regards to turning over or delivering something to the Saudis here that was secret. Okay, because we talked about that. I don't remember if it was part 4 or part 3, but here's the Saudis here. Right there. There's an investigation into his interactions with him, because there's money and there's falsified records. They're not real. They're fucked up somehow in regards to transactions that are extremely problematic, that have to do with a campaign or an outdoor area. This is a large grassy outdoor area. Okay. So look for that. September, October. This is around November, December with Saudi stuff, if I'm reading the columns down. If it goes the other way, if it's going this way, then I don't know. But this way, here's the Saudis. And right below him is a powerful enemy. Okay? So there's something August, September, around October, November, in regards to the Saudis, around his campaign, around money and records that are falsified, that are manipulative. There's something fucked up in those records that causes a huge deal of problems around his campaign or an outdoor area with the garden. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what else. Also, around October, there's something else as well. Not just around the Saudis, but there's something else as well in regards to his official campaign. Not the golf course, an official campaign. So it could be a presidential campaign, a super PAC, something like that, around October. Because this whole line right here is talking about something that has been going on for a long time, and also the special counsel investigating something that has a pattern to it, something that is abusive. Fox in the House of Whip, something manipulative, perhaps. Broom and whip is also the card of sex. Okay. But this has been going on over a long period of time, where there's an investigation into it by a special counsel, in fraudulent records that have to do with business, that create a huge amount of trouble, but it's around a campaign. But this campaign gets a bunch of money, and he is the sole beneficiary of it, because we follow this line. Oh, we talked about his health too. His health is not, with that tree right there, it's not good. It is not good. So anyways, and we talked about a serious illness that has to do with aging, and perhaps trying to finagle, when all the shit starts to hit the fan, finagle stuff out, like, oh, I'm so sick, I can't go to jail, I can't go stand trial, I got one foot in the grave type of bullshit. But that tree is right over his head. Okay. So anyways, There's him obstructing, trying to cause problems. And then there's his fame right there. And right below it is the campaign. So that's why I'm saying around October, something perhaps around the way that he was, how he was raising money, manipulating people into thinking that he was going to fight something legally, Fox in the House of Whip, okay, to overturn the elections, but that those funds are his. It's recognized as his. Moon in the House of Man. Is that making sense? Oh shit! Hold on, I just gotta. So that's coming up too. There's something around the campaign. Um. Oh my gosh! Thank you, Teresa. You are so kind for the PayPal donation. Thank you. So there's that as well. So these. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sick, and I'm like I can't fucking breathe. I'm a mouth breather right now. Total mouth breather. Okay, so back to these jackasses over here. These 6. We were talking about they go by themselves. Okay. Mice is card 23. Kip 7 of clubs. Stars is card number 16. Pip 6 of hearts. Okay. Here's a person, a man, younger man, younger man. You see, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another man, another man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So the ones closest to, there is one person. If you follow this line across this way, okay, the criminal conspiracy to be successful here. Let me see. To bring success and go in a new direction, to give him what he needed, the majority for him to win, and the legal disputes that were going to be successful. Moon in the House of Man for him. Okay, people that were going to win it. Follow this line up this way would be people that provide counsel or guide you. Also, this right here, the stars is also a card of guidance. Why? Because when you look at, that's how people used to navigate back in the olden days with the stars. That was their navigation, their GPS, if you will. So this is a card of guidance. The dog is a card of guidance, and the lilies is also a card of guidance, but it's more like mentorship. Okay, so the guidance that he received from counsel. However, there is one person here. If I follow this line this way and go up this way, there is one person in this group of people that conspired to steal something. Follow this line. This person was very abusive, very, very angry. Okay. A lot of heat, very heated, angry person that answered for him. This person did what? Speak as an aid and had knowledge. So one of these people, if I go follow this line across, follow it up this way, this would be more like a person that has knowledge about what he's going to say or what he's going to speak. So either a speechwriter, someone that prepared his speeches for him, someone that prepared speeches, prepped him for interviews, something like that. If I follow this line and then this way. So it wouldn't, I mean, fuck. My Knight's over here to the letter as well. This is someone that writes. Writes. Letter in the House of Tower. Writes something official. Official messages, official mail, all that stuff. My Knight's over here to the crossroads. The stealing of elections is part of a criminal conspiracy, but this person is a hack. Also very partisan. My Knight's down here to clouds. Confused, irritable. But if you follow that line this way, this person's also very angry. Very, very angry. Very angry energy this way. This is angry. This is energy, and it's very significant. So, but it looks like it could be a younger person. And the only reason I say that is because the Jack right here, Jack of clubs. There's an older person here, men. Younger here. These two are younger. The broom and whip and the child, these are younger. The scythe is a younger person. Male, but they're all male because they're jacks. So let me see. They're younger. They're not old. So it's not like a... If you go this way and then this way, this is someone that prepared speeches, did a lot of interviews for him, prepared him or guided him through interviews, what to say, perhaps also helped with policy, because the Mice Knight's here to the letter in the House of Tower. So official mail, official documents. So that would be like policy. So it wouldn't... I should do Stephen Miller, because the other ones are easy to identify. The other 6 would be like Rudy Giuliani, John Eastman, Jeffrey Clark. Oh my gosh. Carol, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're so sweet. So let's see if we can identify him. Giuliani. Okay. Eastman, Jeffrey Clark, Sidney Powell. That's 4 right there. Mark Meadows, based on Mark Meadows' grand tableau that we just did. Hold on. We did it in June 9th, 2023. He was sitting right here, and right next to him was book and then coffin. And I said, because of book and coffin, it was man, book, coffin. I said, I will not be surprised if he had knowledge of the movement of classified documents, because right before him was the storks. So it was storks, man, book, coffin. But it showed that he flipped because it was storks and man. So Mark Meadows flipped on what's his face? Trump. Okay. He took, it looks like based on Mark Meadows' grand tableau, he took a deal. He took some sort of a plea deal. Bouquet in the House of Cross. Here he is. It's storks, man, book, and coffin. Okay. Where's the birds? Here. Where's number 12? Right here. 12 is below him. Where's 30? This way. Who was he talking to? He had a conversation with a woman. And he delivered that conversation. He delivered her message, and he delivered that conversation to special counsel. So that's Ginny Thomas right there. And he took a deal. Bouquet in the House of Storks. So it would be, if you want, you can go to my channel under live. Hi, Joanne. I haven't seen you in like forever, but that's my fault because I haven't been live in forever either. Thank you so much. So if you go to my channel, go click under live, and then it'll show all the live streams that I've done. Look for the one from Mark Meadows that was done on June 9th of 2023. But he flipped and he delivered the conversations that he had with a woman, he delivered that to the special counsel. So that woman right there is nuts. Okay. It's coffin, mice, what is this? Mountain and woman. This woman here is crazy. So that could be like a Ginny Thomas. So I should do one on the Ginny. Because I think it's been a while. I have to look through my book. But so yeah, that's what I have. Anything else? It looks like the actual trials go well into the winter. Like I said, this is lifelong change of seasons. This is winter with the what do you call this? With the lilies. So well into winter. And over time, it adds to and adds to and adds to. Okay. So the thing that I was talking about in part 1 and 2, he's seriously fucking ill. That you don't want the tree anywhere near you in a grand tableau. You want that shit far away, far, far away. But it's crowning him. And then right here, he's got illness with the coffin right below him. And then if you look at this diagonal, age-related illness, that's chronic. Okay. Next to him is the fox, manipulation. Okay. But the fox is also a strategist, very resourceful, sneaky, can get weasel in and out of stuff. So that's why I was saying perhaps when all this shit starts coming down, he's going to try to find a way to weasel out of it via something health related. Because if this is your exit, he's looking for an exit, a way out. I don't even see. Hold on. When do the debates start? Because the only way I can see the debates is if I knight the owl, or not the owl, god damn it, the birds down here to the broom and whip. Okay, so this would be conversations, but they're fighting conversations. You see what I'm saying? So like a debate. Okay, so let me see. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. This would be like January. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Allison. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Does anybody know when the presidential debates start? August 23 of this year? The debates are way over here. It doesn't show him debating. It doesn't show him debating. No, the not the presidential debates, but the ones for the where the Republicans debate each other, which the GOP debates, which first debate is August 23rd. The GOP debates, this is August. This is way over here in the past in July, and it goes this way. So I don't. And then the whip nights over here to the garden. So that's a debate for a large audience, but it's going the wrong way. Do you see what I'm saying? Is he even, because this doesn't show him debating the other GOP people, the competition. This would be the competition. But do you see what I'm saying? We're way over here now. Debates would be over here. And it's like he doesn't. The first GOP debate is August 23rd. If this is the month of August, okay? If this is the month of August, right here, where these indictments are coming, you follow this line this way, it doesn't show him debating because the birds is up here. It shows legal peril in a lot of legal fights. This way. and it brings a lot of heat to him and identifies the amount of legal problems that he's in. But the debates are over here. It doesn't hit this line and it doesn't hit this line, if I'm making any sense. So does anybody know if he's going, does anybody know if he's been confirmed to debate? Because if I'm interpreting this correctly, it doesn't show him debating the competition. And like I said, when I read with Jenny, just to clear everything up, when I read this with Jenny, I think it was the third or fourth GT, I said I do not see him being detained at all during the timeline for this tableau, which is a year, which would be from March of 2023 through March of 2024. Let me see. Tish is saying in Wisconsin on August 23rd, he said he will not go. Okay, so he's not going to debate because this right here shows the debate over here, but this is the month of August over here. He said he isn't debating. Yeah, he's not. I don't see him there. This is the debate. We're all the way over here now. No, Margaret, the GOP debates. So Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, who's that other lady that lies about her name because she's Indian and Republicans hate immigrants? What's her face? Like the 8 million Republican candidates. Trump said he won't debate, but watch to pick his VP. Okay, well, he's not debating because he's going to be a loudmouth about it and be very critical. He's sitting in the House of Birds, but I don't see him there. If I go this way and this way, I don't see him there. Nikki Haley, there you go. So Chris Christie, Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, that guy that used to be, I think he was a senator and he left right after Rand Paul. He used to be CIA or something. I forget his name. He is now running for president. I mean, there's just so many of them. Hutchinson, Tim Scott. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the primary debates. Thank you, T. Jones. I don't see him there. I don't see him before an audience. I do not see him before an audience. What he is looking for, though, the answer that he wants, moon in the house, key in the house of man, man in the house, or moon in the house of man, man in the house of birds. He's going to be watching to see what these people say and what they're promising. Thank you, Allison. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm hoping I get better too. That's why I didn't go live on Sunday, because I am a goddamn wreck right now. You should see my face. I look like I've been hit by the ugly bus or fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. My face is so wrecked. So let me see here. There's something I'm missing. Republican presidential debate, August 23rd, 2024. No, T-Barb, I'm looking for the when the Republicans all like start debating each other. Right? And I don't even know when that is. Like, I have completely checked out of reality. Oh my gosh. So, can you guys give me a second? I got to go handle my business with my damn face in my head. Just give me 1 second. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I had to go upstairs and handle my business with my face. Okay, hold on. The first one, okay. 2 different websites. Okay. Yeah, because I don't see the debates for the timeline set here. Hey, Karin, how are you, my darling? Karin, my dear, I need to email you. I'm sorry, I just got back from vacation and now I'm sick. I've been wanting to get together with you and do a video or something. So, Karin, this grand tableau goes from May of 2023 through, oh, I'm sorry, March of 2023 through March of 2024. And I was saying I don't see him debating, which makes sense, T-Barb, because it doesn't fall within the timeline of this tableau. I know. I went on vacation and I came back half dead. That's what happened. That's what happened. I don't know if it's allergies or what the hell happened to me, but I'm a hot mess right now. I leave my house for a few days and this is why I don't go places. Yeah, he is. Man in the House of Birds. He's yapping. But we're right here today and we got additional charges, Karin. But what I was saying, I was reading these 3 columns together because they're talking about multiple charges, but they keep adding to them because of the storks right here. I don't know if you can see that. This is the storks. Here's the cross. So they keep adding to the charges, but it's more than one. It's almost like it's the federal government along with more domestic, because of the House here on the same line, that are just going to keep charging and charging and charging. So and then there's the whole campaign situation. That's another possible indictment down this column here for defrauding people for contributions. And here's the contributions that are checks in the mail. But he's fucked right here. I was looking from March of this year through March of next year. So we're right here in August. This is my column for August right here, Karin. And we just got more charges today. 4 more, but they're going to add to it because of this, the storks. So the ones that came in today add to. And then the charges that came today, okay, the heavy penalties, the heavy charges are separate from the conspirators. Mice in the House of Ring, and then Ring in the House of Mice over here. So it's separate from these guys. These guys go in their own different way here. You guys need to check out Tea with Karin, her channel. Just, click on her name, go to her channel, check out her Etsy site too. She sells I haven't shown them in a while, the teacups with the Lenny symbols inside. He is pressing a lot, so stuff that will affect a lot of people, it will come to light, and another man involved. Oh yeah, there's more than one. There's like a whole slew of them, Karin. There's 6 over here that are part of a criminal conspiracy, but then there's more in government itself. Let me see. So, and I'm wondering, as part of this whole thing to overturn, they identified 6, but if this is the overturning here and you follow it this way, there's 2 women here too. This one and this one. This one could start with an S because of the snake. So maybe like a Sidney Powell, but this one's throwing me off. This one right here is throwing me off. If I follow this line down for the overturning of the elections with the fake electors, and this way, there's 2. Let me see. Moon over House of Man is a man who exposes him, which would be his his previous chief of staff, Mark Meadows, I would think. Moon over the house of man. Who's Jenna? Who's Jenna? Who's Jenna Ellis? Because this is the overturning. Here's the fault selectors. Follow this line across. There's 2 women here that were helping him gain control or power somehow, that were aiding him and guiding him. Dog in the house of, what is this? Stars. Bear in its own house. Jenna Ellis. Yeah, who's Jenna Ellis? Flowers on child, a small victory, but all show and no substance. Well, that chain, Karin, is bouquet in the house of child, child in the house of cross, cross in the house of bouquet. So there was a whole deal about paying people, or people paying him for pardons. And I was also thinking quite possibly a plea deal for a lesser sentence, because it's heavy. If you follow this line down, it's a heavy sentence. And he's sitting at 78 felonies right now. Jenna Ellis is acknowledged of making 10 separate false statements on television and Twitter about the election. She was an attorney. She was was she involved in overturning it? Because there's 2 here. Jenna Ellis is the young blonde lawyer that ran around with, is Jenna Ellis the one that's hiding from the subpoena right now, or the whatever? Because there's 2. So she's the one that's running away. Okay. But see, that land's far from this. I'm wondering if she gets in trouble too, because it's hitting this line. 2 women here that were helping him maintain control and power, and they were guiding him on how to do it. She was served recently. Okay. Has she flipped? She's sitting on the house of child. Chris. Hey, Diana, how are you? I can't keep track of all these people. Legal paperwork will go to high places like high courts. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He tried to take it to the Supreme Court to overturn, and they were like, nope, you lost the election. So that's here. Karen's talking about the storks nighting here to the letter. Letter is sitting in the house of Tower. Tower's right down here at nights. So he's already tried this, where he tried to take it all the way to the Supreme Court to overturn the election, and they shot him down. So that's what Karen's pointing out right here for those of you guys that are not following the chat. Yeah, Rudy farted on her during a press briefing. I know, right, Diana? And I was saying there's more coming because of these. There's more over time. There's a trial that has to do with around his enterprise that comes around the winter months. And it's around false paperwork that has to do with the finances of a company. So here's the arrival. Here's the progression. There's the winter. It's sitting on house ship, which is his enterprise. Follow it down. There's the falsified records of business, 34 counts. So when does New York start? Yes, exactly, Karin. Exactly. Hold on. I'd be worried about any money under the table with fish beneath the letter. Yes, that's what I'm talking about right here. There's this line right here is talking about all the campaign stuff, but there's a trial around his enterprise that's coming in the winter for falsified records of the business that is official. But it's looking like winter, maybe. Right? With the lilies. The 4 center cards is what is called Heart of the GT. Man, flowers, mountain coffin. Not good. No. No, ma'am. That is not good at all. Not good. Karin, I have a question. If you don't mind, my lady. He's got the tree right over his head. He's got the coffin here on this diagonal with the whip, which is like chronic illness, right? This would be age related, some type of age related chronic illness, quite possibly some sort of a blockage. What would you interpret this whole thing as? Because that tree is landing right over his head. And I know for certain that you don't want this anywhere near you in a grand tableau. So I was thinking like something age related, maybe a blockage, and maybe like trying to get out of stuff with a health related excuse of some sort because of the crossroads and the fox trying to weasel out. Tree on house is family illness. A family illness, so like an inherited illness, perhaps. Yeah, trying to keep things under wraps. Trying to keep things under wraps. Okay, so if you had to look at this and knowing the amount of shit he's in, considering that he's the indictments keep coming and coming and coming, in particular from the maternal side as the woman is touching the tree. Yep. From his mom. I'm not too familiar with what his mom had, if she had Alzheimer's or if it was his dad. But would it be safe to say that there will be some sort of health related issue for him as a way to kind of related from his health just keeps progressing and progressing? Yes, health is why he may withdraw. Yep. Because that's right over his head. I can't ignore that. From the maternal side. But here, this would be his dad too, though, right? The lilies, the king of spades. In the house of house, trees in the house of house, which is the king of hearts. So like an inherited, something health related that is inherited. With the coffin sitting behind him tells me this is something he may have battled before that can raise its head again. Yeah. And it's in the house of mountain. So mountain is the head, right? Yeah, mountain is the head. Also blockages, correct? Grandfather, yeah. Like, so an inherited illness of some sort that just progresses. You guys need to check out, I'm telling you, Miss T with Karin here. Miss Karin, y'all need to check out her channel for sure. For his mother, it says she was never the same after a hysterectomy. Huh. Didn't his dad have Alzheimer's or something? The moon often speaks on mental health too. Yeah. Health, well, there's his head. Mental health. This I know is sight and hearing. Here with the family lineage, inherited illness stuff. And it's a serious illness this way. It's chronic. Age-related chronic illness. And it just progresses. Gets worse and worse. His mom had severe osteosporosis. Thank you so much, Lucky Girl, for putting Karin's info up there. You guys need to check out her channel. She's great. A lot of what I learned from here, I learned from Miss Karin. She's over in Australia, so she's neighbors with our Auntie Lena. And her Etsy shop too. I'm gonna have to, next time I go live, I'll try to go upstairs. I'll have to show you guys, for the new subscribers, the teacups that Karin has on her website on Etsy, because they're fantastic. Let's see. His dad had dementia? Okay. Okay, good. Yes, okay. His dad died at 93 from pneumonia, which is what dementia patients usually die from. He's dementia was very hereditary. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it explains why the guy's freaking batshit crazy, besides being a horrible person. But that's what I'm getting. Implement a plan to submit fraudulent series of presidential electors to obstruct the certification process. Also, further tried to fake. Okay, Trillium, I'm sorry, I missed all your other ones. Who is the political consultant? Okay, okay. Well, I'm sending you big hugs, Karin, and I'm sorry I've been kind of under the radar. I've been like that on my channel too. I haven't really gone live all that often. You guys go check out my other auntie, Karin, because she's fantastic. Yes, her teacups are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm gonna have to do a video with Karin to show you guys some of the other stuff that she has. Number 6 is unknown. Well, this line is telling me actually 1, 2, 3 women: Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Spades, Queen of Clubs. I have lots of adopted daughters and sons all over the world. Oh, oh, that's so cool, Karin. Oh no, my camera went crazy. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I think Darren, I think Lucky Girl posted Karin's channel in the comments. Shoot. Actually, Sharon did. I'm going to pin you guys. I just pinned Sharon Sipes' message, and that's the courses. Okay, hold on. Found your comment, Lucky Girl. Okay, hold on. Dang it. Unpinned message. Okay, I am pinning Lucky Girl's message with Karin's website on YouTube. If you guys want to go, Karin, I just pinned Lucky Girl her comment in the chat. She put your YouTube channel on there for anybody that's interested. And Karin is the queen of Lenny's and tea readings, because I learned from Karin that the Lennies are based on tasseography, the original tasseography. So the symbols for when you're doing the tea. So I should name my GTs spilling the tea, because Karin taught me that. Oh, the course. Okay. Okay. Yep. So if you get Karin's teacups, and if you go to her channel and look at her videos, she's got videos on instructional videos on how to do the teacup readings, but they have the symbols already inside, so you're not sitting there trying to find them. They're really cool. Okay, Giuliani is 1, Eastman is 2, Powell is 3, Jeffrey Clark is 4, Kenneth Cheesebro is 5, and 6 is unknown, other than the description you posted above. Shoot. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to go run upstairs and grab one of her little teacups so I can show you guys. 1 second. Okay, guys. So Karin, this one I had purchased a long time ago. So I don't know if she has this one available anymore because she's always changing the designs. But this is the little saucer, and it's so pretty. It's got poppies and like 14 karat gold up here. But these are the teacups. So what you do is you pour your tea and drink it. She's got a whole bunch of videos. Yeah, this design. Yeah, I bought this one from you. Oh gosh, Karin, 3 years ago, 4 years, something like that. It was before the pandemic. But see, it's got all the Lenny symbols inside. And Karin has all the videos on her channel on how to do teacup readings. So, and she's got cards and dice and all sorts of stuff. She also has, Karin, do you still have the one for casting, the charm casting? Those are really fun. But yeah, this one's an old cup from her that I purchased a long time ago. So I don't think this design is available anymore, but she has an Etsy shop with all sorts of different teacups and everything. But they're a lot of fun. So like you can see here, see there's the woman and the stars, the moon, the clouds. And what's cool about these is they're actually like in the cup, so you can't scratch them off. Now, I don't put these through the dishwasher. I hand wash all of them. But see, like they don't come off. It's inside of it. So it's not like a sticker or anything. Let me see. Okay, so Karin's saying when people buy whatever product, they get the free course that pertains to that product that they bought. So if you purchase the cards, you get courses on how to use the cards. There you go, T-Barb glazed on. So I wouldn't put them through the dishwasher. I haven't with any of mine, but they're not going to fall off. So, and I've used these quite a bit. But see, like there's the coffin, the whip, the cross, the snake, the clover, the lilies, the ring, the lion, which is now the bear. Okay. Okay. Karin is saying they are permanent and food safe. You can try to scratch that with a knife and they're not going to come off. Yep. So, and Sharon just posted Karin's Etsy shop there. Now, please keep in mind, for those of you here in America, these do ship from Australia, but Karin's really good about getting them out on time because I think mine took, about a week maybe, and I'm all the way out in California. So a week and a half. So it's not that much of a wait, but yeah. And Karin, please remind me, they come with the little pouch, a small pouch of tea, and the little booklet, right? For the symbols. See, there you go. Karin is saying these are the 17th century tasseography symbols, which is known as the original Lennies, which is this. So this right here is based on tasseography. So, and T-Barb says she has the mats and charms from a long time ago. Those are fun, aren't they, T-Barb? Okay, they come with the booklet and symbols and the tea tubes. Yep. So you guys check out her Etsy shop. These things are, I keep these out of the kitchen. They're in my little drawer in my office because I don't want nobody's grubby ass hands on these but me. So yes, you get a test tube of green tea and black tea as well. So it's loose tea, so that when you pour out the stuff, you get the symbols so you can read your cup. So, but these are loads of fun. She also has tasseography cards. She's got what do you call it? The charm casting, which I haven't done that on my channel in a couple of years. So Karin, if it's not too much trouble, please feel free to hit me up and let me know what your schedule is like, because it'd be fun to do another one of those videos again with the charms, because that was fun. Oh, you have the cards too, T-Barb? Joyce, I would go to Karin's channel. Karin's YouTube channel, she's got demos on how to do the teacups. She's got demos on how to do the other products that she sells on her Etsy shop, which are like the charms and the mats. So I would go there as the resource because she developed all this stuff, so she's the queen. Yeah, Darren, it's all tea with Karin right here. Yes, and Karin is saying there are a lot of videos showing how to use these for readings. The charms are so much fun. Karin, there's that other thing that you have. I don't remember the name of it. That comes with the little mat and the cards and the charms and the dice. And it's like following the chain of houses. I have that one too. I don't remember the name. Is it the mystical tea? Is that what it was, Karin? Labyrinth Through Time is a reading system that covers 6 different formats of reading. Yep. And Lucky Girl just put up your Etsy. The Curiosity, that's the one that I have. And you have that one too, right, Lucky Girl? I think you have that one, Lucky. The Curiosity. That one is a lot of fun. You have one of them? Okay. It has mat, cards, charms, pendulums. Yep. I'm telling y'all, go check out Miss Karin. Yes. Full system and great for a short smack in the head answers. So, yep. Do you like the Curiosity, Lucky? Because I haven't used mine in a while, but then again, I haven't really been going live all that much either, other than Sundays. Hi, Janet. Okay, big hugs to you, Karin. Sending you and the hubs lots of hugs. And the kitties too. Thank you, T with Karin. Big hugs. Yeah, I love Karin. She's just, I adore her. She's my other auntie in Australia. Linus, the hubby. Chief Packer and Rapper. Tell Linus I'm sending him a big hug, and you too, my dear. From far away, so I don't give you whatever disease I caught. Love you, girl. So yeah, guys, go check out Miss Karin. She's great. So back to this. Any questions? Any questions? So I think we basically covered everything. So right here, and then we got these 3 all running side by side parallel, but there's more than one. It's not just Georgia, it's the swing states here. It's all the swing states plus the federal. So when does New York for the state felonies go to trial? Because there's one that starts in the winter, but it looks to be around enterprise because it's sitting in the house of ship, or it could also be in regards to something to do with a transition. Yeah, T-Barb. I gotta do another video with Karin because those are so much fun. So much fun. Alvin Bragg case is in March. Okay, which one's the one there? If I'm interpreting this correctly, there's one that starts around the winter. There's one that starts in winter. Bragg is in February. Thanks, Jenny. Okay, so there's winter. Is there another one that comes in winter? It's around Enterprise and or either or also quite possibly one that has to do with a transition. Miami starts December. Wait, which one's Miami? I'm losing track. Which one's Miami? Is that the classified documents case? The documents starts in December. Documents are in May. Wait, hold on. Jenny's saying documents are in May. Everybody else is saying with Judge Cannon, it starts in December. Miami is May 24th. Classified documents are in May. Jack asked for December and Cannon is saying in May. Okay, so the documents case was moved to May. Okay. Okay. There's one here in December, or not December, but the winter, in the winter. So this one here, the anchor, lifelong, not really a time. Storks, change of seasons. The lilies is in the winter. Tree, which is number 5, is May because it's card number 5. So January, February, March, April, May. Okay. But there's one in December or in the winter months. But if I take this into account too, this has to do, it could possibly have to do with this overturning an election or changing it fraudulently. So this is slow, this is slow, this is quick. And it sits on the House of Clover, which is very fast. Okay. So maybe it's the classified not the classified documents, the stuff that he was just charged with today in August. That might be the one that starts up around the winter months with these 3 columns here. But there's also this column here is the one about all the stuff that's fraudulent in regards to business records, official business records, campaign money, all that stuff that adds to indictments. So let me see. He's ready for a speedy trial. Well, this one here, these 3, that's around the winter. And this is August, September, October. And then here is November and here is December. And then January and then February here. February, we're looking at criminal conspiracy or an agreement to steal something. Business related, a man that exposes him, and then there's the legal trial. Also, maybe something to do with around sex also here. But this is, let me see, August, September, October, November, December, January. This one's February. This line here would be February. Oh my God. I'm sorry I'm like being a mouth breather, you guys, but I can't breathe because I'm going to die. You see, is the Washington, hold on. Let me see. It's Washington, D.C. trial. He has to be in court on Thursday, August 3rd, I believe. Yeah, that's for his third arraignment. He'll be in court for his third arraignment Thursday. So in 2 days. Um, just 1 second, you guys. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. No, no, ma'am. I don't see it, Jenny. I don't see it. Um, there is one, but it's around a trial in regards to the transition and people that visited to start fighting. And that's this one here. There's violence here that comes from a mob full of little people. These little people have already been tried and have been punished. But that's this one here. For the new one, I don't see it. I do not see it. This is already, this is the courthouse here. Um, it's like, it's around a conspiracy to steal something that got people really angry that traveled to a rally and were fighting. So this is looking like more January 6th stuff over here on this line, and then the line of fate that you can't see. Um, any other questions to see if we can find anything else? Who could be number 6? If I'm looking at numbers, lucky girl, the Eugene Carroll case where the DOJ said he wasn't immune from defamation while president starts January. Well, we'll see. This is going to turn into a fucking traffic jam. Crossroads, Knights over here to Mountain. There's going to be a traffic jam. So if I'm looking strictly at the numbers, the 6, Clouds is card number 6. That's the king of clubs. My camera's not picking that up, but it's looking like a man. So he goes to the clouds down here, is sitting on the house of key. Okay. It's a man who has the answers. So clouds in the house of key. Where's the key? Over here. Key is in the house of moon. Moon is over here. Moon is in the house of man. It's a man that rats him out, exposes him. Who that man is? Well, king of clubs. Right above it is the king of diamonds, which is the fish, card number 34. Maybe it's like a Mark Meadows. Because, okay. Maybe it's like a Mark Meadows because this is king of clubs, king of diamonds. This person here, let me see, the campaign and the rally. The garden is sitting on house, fish again. So maybe it's like a Mark Meadows. But Mark Meadows, according to his GT, flipped on him and threw him under the bus. But it's a man. It is a man. Clouds to key to moon to man to birds to heart to dog to stars to, let me see up here, book to coffin to mountain to the garden to the fish. Where else does this go? To the letter, tower, woman, tree, house, clouds. That's that whole chain. It's someone around him. It's a man. Hold on. Let me write that chain down real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second. So we go clouds to key to moon to man to birds, heart, dog, stars, book, coffin, mountain, garden, fish, letter, tower, woman, tree, house, and then back to clouds. Someone that was immediately within the entourage, quite possibly, immediate entourage. So in some way part of the administration or council too. So okay, so he talks about what he was desiring from these people that were guiding him to keep the loss a secret and obstruct. And then there's something here too about the fundraising. There's also something here about the fundraising because it's garden, fish, and then letter. So here's the campaign or the rally with the garden. There's the money coming into it, and then the letter, official letter, and then a woman. But whoever this man is, rats out a woman too. Maybe Peter Navarro, Steve Bannon, any suggestions? Cars, shirts. But this person, if I look here, this person was at the rally, and then there's the travel of the little people that were violent and angry. And then there's the mob here. But it's a man. It's a man. So this person, and then the rally, the campaign, the rally here. And then the transfer or the transition, the travel of little people. I can't give you a name. All I can say is it's a man who might have been at the rally or knew about the campaign. Also, money to the campaign as well. Garden in the house of fish, and then fish is right above it in the house of letter. So now, wait a minute. No, I'm just speculating. I'm just speculating. I am just speculating. This man here, okay, campaign or a rally of some sort. Here, this is in the house of fish, okay? So there's money involved somehow. Shopping, transactions, some sort of a consultant as well in regards to a rally. This could be quite literal. This could be quite literal. Like it could be a literal boat. And then here is innocence. You follow the chain for this, it's child to cross to bouquet back to here. So it could be someone that he gifted a pardon to that made them innocent because there was legal issues for this person around something around a boat. Legal issues in regards to something that's a barrier to separate. Barrier to separate, to close something off. This person could also have addictions of some sort. 30. But they're innocent somehow, or they were innocent before. Now, if I look around here, okay, let me see. Okay, so I got to look at these. Okay. So the stars, the fish, the moon, and this. The garden. Okay, stars in the house of book. Okay. Had knowledge on how to guide him because of a loss. That's one way to interpret that. Also knowledge about technology of some sort. Maps. Let me see. Some sort of business person, but they're also an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur. Let me see. And then if I follow this line up, it could be a person. I'm hesitant to do it because it's so far, but if I follow the line up, Lily's up here, veteran status. This is sitting in the house of ship, perhaps the Navy, okay? Something that has ships and airplanes. So maybe the Navy in some way, shape, or form, working for. There's the veteran. There's the official stuff here. Legal official stuff. Legal paperwork, official results, court documents, law documents, manipulation of the Constitution, manipulation of an old historical document. But this person is a consultant in some way, shape, or form, and an entrepreneur. Okay? And there was something fraudulent in business records around this person here. This man identifies him, puts him under the bus. But this person has already been in trouble. There's a campaign, quite literally a boat, okay? And this would be like, this person had legal problems, but they were gifted innocence here, okay? But that's what this, if I'm interpreting that correctly. So I don't know if this would be like a Mike Lindell, because this is business, okay? But if you follow this line up, clouds, fish, letter, what is this? Fox, and then lilies. If I'm reading the fox as work, well, this person worked in the military around boats and airplanes. Retired. Okay. Very dogmatic and strict, nasty views on pureness, if you're picking up what I'm putting down with these two. Working in an official capacity, legal documents and records, but this person is an entrepreneur. Big trouble. And then when you follow, if I'm reading this as this person, I go down this line and then follow it this way. There's the campaign. There's a boat here. Could quite literally be a boat. Okay. Also the transfer, or the vacation, I'll just put it that way, of little people. These little people are guilty. But this person was guilty, but they were gifted innocence. They were gifted innocence. This person's also some sort of celebrity, because he's got the moon over his head. He's a celebrity of some sort. So it could be like a Steve Bannon, because that's the only person that, if I follow this line from the bottom up, someone that worked in the military around boats and airplanes, that's retired. But I could be wrong. We'll see. But this person, the sixth one, gets, like I said, these conspirators down here, they go in a different direction and they go separate. They're separated here. So when the indictments arrive, there's a separation here, and then here's the criminal conspirators, and then you follow this line here. So they're separated from him, and they go about independently this way, each one by themselves. Does that make sense? So wouldn't that be karmic if he pardoned Bannon, and then Bannon's the one that throws his ass under the bus? Yeah, but Mike Flynn did not work around ships, is what I'm saying, Sarah. Because Lily's is sitting in the house of ship. So literal ships, and because the Storks is next to it, airplanes. The only thing I know that does ships and airplanes is the Navy. And I know that because I was in the Navy. So it could be a Bannon if I'm reading this, because it's number 6, King of Clubs, as perhaps the 6th one that we're trying to figure out. It could be like a Steve Bannon or someone that has veteran status around the Navy, that was involved in the campaign one way, shape, or form, and was gifted innocence when they were already guilty, if that makes sense. Yeah, it could be Bannon. He was caught on a boat and pardoned by Trump. No, because that's the Army. The Army does not have ships. Lily's is sitting in the house of ships. The ship is right here. So it's not someone Army related, I don't think. It's looking more like someone around a literal boat of one way, shape, or form. No, Spirit Sage, the moon is not Mike Lindell. That is not a person. All these people are going to be fucked so bad. And then you also got to remember the meeting that was had with all these people. There's your meeting. And then all these people that were in on the loss and trying to keep it a secret. But on this line, I can see 3 women very clearly. This one, and this one. But for the 6, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell. What was the guy with the glasses that got busted in his underwear? The Clark guy. John Eastman. So there's 2 more. There's 2 more that I can't account for. Unless Jenna Ellis is one of them. So yep. That's what I got for y'all. That's what I got for y'all. So we shall see. So I would look at August, September, and October for more. So over the next 3 months, these 3 columns right here, adding to what's already there, and perhaps also independent states bringing charges themselves, because this is independence. It nights up here to the crossroads. Okay, so along with the federal government, the swing states here, because it's running side by side, federal and state, they're parallel. That's these 3 right here. So over the next 3 months, additions to charges, and quite possibly states independently bringing charges as well. So that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. I've been on for 2 hours. With all this stuff going on, I think maybe we should try to do, as more news is going to come out too. So we should try to do, let me see. We did Mark Meadows in June, so we don't need to do him. So maybe maybe one of the 6 people here, the criminal conspirators, should be our next one. We'll see. Hopefully I'm not feeling like death warmed over tomorrow, and I can go live again. Stephen Miller. Yeah, I should look at Stephen Miller too. That little piece of shit. Okay, so let me write myself a note. Hold on. Okay, so we have... I'm live, babe. So we have Stephen Miller, Rudy Giuliani, Eastman, Clark, Sidney Powell, what's her face? I would be interested too to look at, God damn it, what's her name? Ginny Thomas. Because there's a woman here trying to overturn stuff. There's 2, actually. Queen of Hearts, Queen of Diamonds. There are 2 that, this one here was being very abusive and very repetitive about trying to overturn something. This one here is more like an airhead, but there's two women here trying to overturn. So Jenny Thomas would be a good one to look at. Who else? Let me put Jenna Ellis. I don't even know who she is, other than she was running away from the subpoenas and hiding. Okay. So we'll look at that. We'll look at that. I'm not making any promises when I go live again. So hopefully I'm not feeling like shit tomorrow and I can go live. But I have a little list. Stephen Miller, Rudy Giuliani, Eastman Clark, Sidney Powell, Jenny Thomas, Jenna Ellis, Lindsey Graham. So we'll see. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Don't forget to go check out Karin's channel for all the teacups and everything else. And let's see here. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I'll try to come on tomorrow. Not making any promises. Hopefully I'll be feeling better. And y'all take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Oh, and thank you everybody who super chatted. And thank you to everyone that donated to my PayPal. That's so incredibly kind. And I am so grateful. Thank you so much, you guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Oh, and by the way, the GT is on point because here's August. So we're good. We're following the timeline. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.